Ooh, okay, guys, I know I am a little bit late. Apologies for that. I just had some issues with my sound, but we should be fine right now. Apologies for all of that, guys. Just some sound issues that were just holding me back. Hopefully, I didn't miss too much. Let me just make sure my time is fine. Okay. Whew. Welcome, everybody to the George Mokwena. Welcome to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is George Mokwena. I'm your host. And this is a special presentation because we do have a watch along of incumbent champions of the Betway Premiership, the first one, Mamelodi Sundowns. Apologies for coming in a little bit late, guys. My sound was not sounding, so I just had to fix that for certain reasons. Yeah, so Mamelodi Sundowns versus CHIPPA. Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, number one in the log. On the log, 24 games played, 20 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. They've scored 54 goals. They've conceded 13. And they've got a grand total of 61 points, whereas CHIPPA United is at number 8, a spot that other people would love to be on. But they're at number 8, 25 games played, 8 wins, 6 draws, 11 losses, 21 goals scored, 21 goals conceded for a grand total of 30 points. Both of these teams, of course, changing coaches throughout the course of the season. If you remember correctly, Kwanele Kopo left halfway through the season. Still yet to pop up. But apparently his contract ended in the middle, and then he did choose or elect to carry on being gone. And then, of course, on the other side, Miguel Cardoso came in, taking over from Ukosh Mangoba Mngqiti, who now finds himself at Golden Arrows, a team that lost to Pirates yesterday after Coach Rulani was let go in the off season. So very, very interesting, these two teams. In their last 5 games, CHIPPA United has 2 losses, 2 draws, and 1 win. Their last game out was a 2-0 loss to SuperSport United. SuperSport United. Yazu Christian Saile. Anyway, last game out was a 2-0 loss to SuperSport United. Before that was a 1-0 loss to Stellies, whereas Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, on the 3rd of May, beat Cape Town City 2-0 away. And then they had beaten Richards Bay 3-0 after knocking out the big boys of African football, Ahly, to make it through to the Champions League final. Then, of course, in the last 5 games that these two have played against each other, Hashem. CHIPPA United, not a Tronyana, not a Winyana. The last 5 games have all been won by Mamelodi Sundowns. Then, when you look at the starting lineup, Onyango in goal, Mokwena, Khoza, Libusa, Mudiba, Adams, Allende, Mudawu, Matthews, Reyners, Sales. Then CHIPPA United, of course, going with Nobali in goal, like normal. Ndlovu Makele, Malawa, Stole Madingwane, Kumalo, Tyongwana, Martin Kwaiba, and of course, Bienvenue Evangard. Those are the 2 starting lineups, guys. We are 12 minutes into the game. Remember that you can follow on with the game by watching my timer over there. But then also it's a very interactive show. So at halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in. We're going to have a conversation about what we're seeing from the game. And then, of course, if we can reach, let's make it 25,000 likes. I will keep it open and everybody will be able to jump in and tell me exactly what they're thinking about this game. My agent, man. It's you must question your club. Why is it that every time I have to cover Mamelodi Sundowns, everything of mine breaks? This is what you must ask your club. Seeing Morgan Mamila during pre-match training on the pitch, interesting. Akira, he's the technical director who's also part-ish of the game. He's Gangan is inside, right? But it could be a situation that he's coming back to take his rightful place. His rightful place as the coach, Coach Mamila, a friend of the show. He's going to come onto the show one of these days, but maybe him being part of that pre-match is telling us something. Maybe uyavela. Lulu, welcome. Bongs, how are you doing? Shako, welcome. Kosi. I'm assuming it's Kosi and not just the peace sign there. Okay, so we are 15 minutes into the game. As it stands, let me open SofaScore so that I can see the stats that I missed out on. Not Sundowns in a million passes. We can't hear Sesotho commentator on live TV. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, man. Na ke tsebe le maobane ba itse Sesotho se kene ko supersport jwale nna a ke gone go bua Sesotho e be fele game ka bona le batho ba sa sutlwing Sesotho sentle. So unfortunately I'm going to have to shift over and change to that. Not Sundowns in a million passes. Let's see what Coach Caruso does. Okay, I'm trying to get the stats up here. Okay, so Mamelodi Sundowns has got 2 shots. Both of them have not been on target, whereas CHIPPA has had 1 shot and the keeper has had to make a save. Speaking of passes, Onyango. Speaking of passes, Mamelodi Sundowns completed 167 up to this point, and then of course 38 on CHIPPA United's side. So okay, it's looking like Mamelodi Sundowns is going to pass them to death. What's interesting about this lineup is that Adams comes back into the game. I think Adams maybe got a little bit of a reality check there at Champions League after making such a great start to his Mamelodi Sundowns career. Similar to Khoza, who sat down for a little bit with Suarez being preferred by Coach Caruso. He is coming back in. He is coming back into to the team, obviously in an attempt to give these players some games. I mean, Mamelodi Sundowns needs to win this one and the next game, and the trophy is theirs. The trophy that we still haven't seen as of yet. Kupa ubutsa, guys. Kupa ubutsa. 2 things. Number 1, how do we think this game is going to end? What are your predictions there in the comments? There's a word I'm not allowed to say, but maybe Bobby can say
it. The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
So how do you guys feel it's going to end up? Over 2.5 there in the comments. And then number 2, do you guys have tickets for this weekend? The ticket, somewhere over, somewhere under. The system let people buy. Now they have to refund. Hi guys. Like what is happening there? But in any case, it's fine. Retla Champions League final. Retla reka di ticket tsa ya Loftus man. La Sesotho ke option 3. Me, I'm going by what is being said in the comments. Otis Secunda branch bought 20 tickets for Chiefs and got them. Hey man. I wonder how the trophy looks. Actually, they're trying to give us suspense nyana. They're trying to give us suspense nyana. Will it matter? Will it matter knowing that Mamelodi Sundowns owns the last trophy that was out? Will they own this one too? It's a fun ticket refund. They don't want war over Nabi. Well, apparently they sold, was it 20,000 more? Well, on the system allowed them through a software glitch to sell something like 20,000 more. I wonder how the refunds are going to work. The guys who are buying physically apparently didn't lose out on anything. But in any case, here comes Mamelodi Sundowns attacking up the side. We have seen a return of RMR, the foreign car. But Ribeiro, of course, not in this game. So we are seeing how Matthews, Reyners, and Sales can carry on. It should be very interesting because it will be, I think, reminiscent to RMR in that when RMR was playing so well under Coach Mangoba and they were really great in terms of their attack, it used to be the 2 guys coming from the side with Ribeiro in the 10. And we all know that Sales loves to lay the ball off. As a salesman, he's such a giving soul. He's a giver. Acts of service, Baraki love language high, and he loves to service those through passes and assists through to the 2 guys up top. So I don't know if we're going to see that because it does seem like CHIPPA is content with sitting back and maybe trying to damage control for the first part of the game. If they do ever get into a transition battle versus Sundowns, I don't know where it goes. Now, CHIPPA itself, when you look at the log, they are sitting number 8. Like I said earlier, there is another team that is trying to find this number 8 spot with everything they have inside. But if CHIPPA CHIPPA is 1 point ahead of Kaizer Chiefs. Well, as the stands, CHIPPA is 1 point ahead of Kaizer Chiefs. I think they'd be happy with a draw here. A loss makes things a little bit interesting towards the end of the season with their last 2 games, seeing as Irvin is out. So I think they'll be okay with a draw. I don't see them coming out and trying to press and push Sundowns and put them under pressure and do all of those things. Anyway, shout out to the people who are watching on YouTube. Guys, send the gift, guys. It's a foregone conclusion, this game. Mara, gift, man. Barakis game, hello member. You good, I hope. I'm a Paganeer, so you know what result 1 is here for. Is the GNU together for this game? Guys, let it go. What if Chiefs fans bought all the tickets? They will have home ground advantage. Why not 50-50 to clubs? Huh? I'm waiting to see all the corporates. I want to see all the corporates that are going to be running competitions in the next few days. I want to see how many tickets have gone to those guys. But it's very interesting. Kind of open tickets is the one, the new one they brought in. Didn't they take web tickets out saying that they want to use open tickets? And that if a game was at Orlando or FNB, it was going to run. If a game was at Orlando or FNB and it was the Chiefs or Pirates game, they were going to switch over to that provider up until the end of the season. Shem. Hey, provider Yabatu. Anyway, here comes CHIPPA. Trying to take advantage of some openings there by Sundowns, but harmless ball played directly through to Onyango. You know, if I'm CHIPPA, I'm looking for a ball to Nga just over the defense, just behind the defense. I know Nga's not the fastest. He probably has some sort of physical presence that he can test Libusa with, but you're looking to make sure that Onyango is coming out of the post as much as possible, because if there's going to be a mistake, it's probably going to come from that. So you have to try and press him and push him there in those areas to have to come out and clear the ball a lot and sweep a keep so that you can take advantage of that. If you don't do that, I don't see anything happening that's going to put Onyango under pressure. So let's see if CHIPPA can transition on Mamelodi Sundowns and maybe catch them out a bit. Oh, Panyaza Lisufi, eh? Panyaza Lisufi, former Morocco Swallows owner. I don't know if he still owns Morocco Swallows, but former Morocco Swallows owner is out here watching the game. Kopitori, man. Kopitori. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. If Chiefs fans bought all the tickets, it's good. We need every advantage we can get. A certain someone has been in Durban some extra days, but I can't get it. I'm okay. I'm okay, just watching Mamelodi Sundowns. Is this game going to be similar to how the games have been for Pirates and Sundowns? A lot of the games in the league where, you know, CHIPPA is just going to try and survive for as long as possible, and Sundowns will inevitably get a goal and win the game. I mean, last game out, Sundowns walked their way into a win. Didn't need to get out of second gear. Right? Is that going to be one of those cases here, especially knowing that you still can bring in Azwani, you still can bring in Ribeiro from the bench, Morena. You can bring in any of those guys to come in and play this game. So, I don't know. Velile says, this game is boring. Referee must just blow the whistle and end it. Oh, already? Suganje. Nifuni pelang throw. December 19 says Pirates gave no problem with supporters. Ask Al Ahly, CR, AM Alger. They were all victimized. Hey, Mara, guys, the derby is a different beast, man. The derby is a different beast. I know the sponsor is happy to see a derby final. Mara, the derby is a different beast. I mean, if you look at the games that Pirates played, CAF Champions League, Shem, FNB was too big for them. You see, why take it to Moses Mabhida at 55? Give us a 90. Kifilwe. In as much as I'd love to show you the game, I can't because I do not own the copyright to this. And I love streaming and I love my account and I love being live and I love talking to you guys. So I wouldn't be able to do that if Supersport or Betway were to strike me. I could actually lose this account here. So unfortunately, I cannot show you the game. All I can say is that you can watch the game on channel 202 SuperSport, and you can watch the game on DStv stream. That is all I am even allowed to say, because if I say anything else, that could be another bookable offense. Veli Ludiro winner MTN 83 match. Malume Kutsu says, yeah, it looks like CHIPPA is a teen girl visiting. Oh, Nkosi yami. Oh, Malume Kutsu.
Father God, send help. It's tough.
Safe to say, number 10 experiment is not working. Right now, yeah, it's not working. But low block, agent, I put a thing in our group, remember? Where Coach Ernst Middendorp speaks about, Trepapolo boy, Trepapolo, ball played in there, behind the defense. CHIPPA player gets to it, but can't lay it off for the other player who's just out of reach inside the box. There may be the best chance that CHIPPA has had up to this point. MTN is DStv 3. Wow. Kifile, DStv 3 if you want to watch it. Penyo, thank you so much for the gift, as well as Lulu, thank you so much for the gifts on that side. Guys, remember to tap the screen. It is free, and I'm looking for 25,000 so that I can open it up and we can have conversations about whatever it is that we are seeing. Oh, Kanti Ntatole wa Oxford Dictionary, asa swara Oxford Dictionary. Sundowns fans, did you take it away? I mean, Coach Steve is still there. He doesn't have the thesaurus dictionary with him anymore. Malume Kutso says CHIPPA can't even score now because the score will be 5-1. I'm sure they'd rather lose 2-0. They're going to hold on and try to get 0-0 here, because look at the defensive structure. There's nobody who's actually going to be sent up to keep the defenses busy. So even if they do win the ball back, it's probably going to be a tibang situation, unless they do win it back that way, up high. But let's see what they can do here, because Sundowns is a little bit sloppy with their passing there up the middle, and it is a packed midfield. It is a very packed midfield. Oh, Sailor, middle of the pitch. So win. Okay, here comes Sundowns. Transition opportunity. Are they going to hold on to the ball too much? Okay. That was sloppy. That was sloppy. Heaven. Why are they fighting? You gave away a corner for what? Quickly taken by Sundowns, the corner. Corner for what? Onele says, I'm seeing a 2-0 CHIPPA win here. So CHIPPA rather sit back and let Sundowns hold the ball as long as they do not hurt them. Do you know what the problem is, Nam? Do you know what the problem is? The problem is, the more confidence you give a team, you know, if there's rules in football, the football gods always tell you that if you defend too deep and you don't have danger, you will get pummeled over and over and over again until something breaks, right? Until a defender slips, until somebody falls in the box. Until something, what did I say? What did I just say? Yo, guys, I'm getting too good at this. What's happening? Anyway, as I was saying, the situation when you sit back is that at some point, that team is going to get confident, that team is going to take you on, somebody's going to make a mistake, and you're going to break. And you're going to break, which is exactly what happened. Goal from Mamelodi Sundowns. Sailor with a pass from to Sales, who plays the wall pass back. Sailor crosses it back in for a cool, calm, collected finish from Mr. Ikram Reynaz for goal number 12, I believe it is, on top of 9 assists this season. He's got 21 goal king. 21 goal contributions this season because of that goal now. Sundowns is going to walk another game. This is disgusting. What is the level of our league? Alright, guys. This could be the 5, Malume Kutso. This could be the 5. This could be the 5. Okay, let me see. CHIPPA can't defend for 90 minutes. CHIPPA is so useless. No, look, guys, it's what I always say. This is the problem with our teams in South Africa. You can be defensive. You can defend. You can play a low block. You can be back in your own box with a back 5 and 3 in front of them. But the thing that you need to keep doing is making sure that when you win the ball back, you have outlets. Outlets that stop people from being overconfident. So, for example, in that situation, if CHIPPA up to this point had shown in their game that if you press us, if you come into the box, we're going to take advantage of that space that Motaung is in. That makes Motaung have to think twice in going forward. But if you're going to sit back, you allow him to go in, you allow everybody else to go in, and something is going to break eventually. You have to have some danger to your game. Ikram Rangers, there we go, 12 goal involvements. You have to have some danger in your game when you're defending, or else it's not going to work out. Now, the rest of the game is going to play out to script. CHIPPA is going to try wake up at some point. Look at how they've now thrown 3 players up front. That means that Mamelodi Sundowns is going to have a chance to catch them on transition a couple of times because they're going to think to themselves, we need to get a goal and go to 1-1. I don't know if they're going to take an honorable loss here, but they're going to do that. They're going to open up a lot more and they're going to be caught out. This is what happens every single time. Every single time. Let's thank Mangoba for buying Reina's. Oh, he played Mangoba or Reina's. He said he had saved him for Champions League. If Chiefs doesn't win, it's on them. But Chiefs would technically, they'd be equal on they'd be equal on points. Yeah, they'd be equal on points and games. So I think with Chiefs' bad record, CHIPPA would be sitting on a -2, whereas Chiefs, I think, has conceded a lot more goals. CHIPPA is sitting on -1, and Chiefs is sitting on -4-5, if I'm not mistaken. So CHIPPA would still be in the 8th spot, and it would still be all to play for the next 2 games. Tommy, welcome. We all know when Bafana play, it's a win, Mr. Critical. Mara goalkeeper, was Sundowns old players don't trust Sales, and when they give him the ball, he delivers, says Agent. Mara, we warn people about Sales. Did we not warn people about Sales? When Sales was playing as a striker, I was like, why is Sales the striker? We was talking about it. Agent, a couple of people were talking about how Sales is not a striker. If he's a striker, he's an assisting striker. Central assisting striker. He doesn't score out and out. And you know what's crazy about Sales? He's got, I think the number was 11 goal involvements for a player that Sithe Ufile. He's got 11 goal involvements up to this point. Some of our teams wish for one player with that many goal involvements. Sundowns and Sales and Shalulile, Reina's Ribeiro. Too much, man. Sundowns is too much. Not like this, guys. Sundowns. Out of context, did you watch yesterday's Barca game? What a game. What a game. I feel like if either team at some point decided to just sit for a little bit and make it boring, they would have won. Maybe Barcelona made it boring for a little bit, they would have won. But what a game. I wouldn't have thought Barca would have been outgunned. I thought Inter would have taken some sort of lead and they would go back and forth. But outgunning Barca is insane. But the San Siro is the San Siro, man. It's -7 for Chiefs. Utlafel. Breaking news, Lodge. Oh, did they? Wow, okay. Apparently, Mr. Critical says that Lodge and Mailula, Cashman, they got contracts. Thereby we did. Teams like Getafe are able to offer a threat to Real Madrid and Barcelona. CHIPPA are baddies in jail. But you need to do these kind of lives. Hey, Onele. There's so much football that happens, guys. There's so much football that happens. I'm gonna keep an eye because my team is playing later. Remontada, maybe. I'm gonna keep an eye, Mara. Hi guys, I can't watch every game. Unfortunately. Muda was always performing kanti akajoli yini ubonile ukuthi umrena umthathela ispace makumele angajoli. Next season to Premier League live too. Okay, I'll try, Onele. OT and all the distinguished guests, I greet you all. Oh, and I say we are cruising nicely. Oh, must be nice. Must be nice to be a Sundowns fan right now. Must be so nice.
We are cruising nicely.
They are cruising nicely, eh? Hello, Mcholo, uyanyisa. Yebo, unokudistracta kancane. Angithi ulwa nomuntu family. Ulwa nomrena with a family with 3 kids. Focused morena, so naye kumele angajoli so that abe focused naye. 35 minutes in. Here comes Mamelodi Sundowns again with the ball. Look, CHIPPA is now active. They go 1-0 down, and that's when they want to be active now. Now they want to be active. And the activities are going to kill them. The activities are going to kill them. Oh, Mapena waba to shame. Hey, he was coming along so nicely, Mapena. Guys, do you think that there's still going to be a space for Mapena? There's going to be a space for... who's the other kid? Why am I forgetting his name? It's Mapena, Lemang? Guys, let me know that in the comments. Pati Dumilangs Chaba Sama Sandawana says Ulebza. I think umfowethu umfowethu ofi Litlaku. Yes, Litlaku. Do you think there'll be space for Litlaku and space for Mapenas, the Mapenas? Apparently, Masego, there's a rumor that he's going to be leaving. Caruso will do good at the Club World Cup. Teams on our group are not that strong. Okay. Never... I think don't write anybody off, guys. You'll see when you get there. Don't go in too overconfident there. Those teams are not CHIPPA United. Those teams can finish you off. Caruso has his faves. Bokekana no longer playing. Alex says, Chiefs fans, be happy because you're also benefiting here.
The GNU will not last long.
The GNU will not last long. Eh? What do you always say about the GNU? The GNU, it's fun when things are going away, but then when people chigala you.
That's what my father gave me.
What does it mean?
It means one who laughs with you whilst endangering you.
One who laughs with you whilst endangering you. Teams in our group are not that strong. I'm reading the comments, Tepiso. I'm reading the comments. But Dortmund will destroy Sundowns easily. I'm not going to say that. South African team saying international teams are strong. Let's be serious, guys, says Butlali. Club World Cup will need 1 win, 1 draw, and anything. Lulu says, lol, GNU, let it go. Kalibona Lulu. Le focus, tika Saturday. You're taking all of your energy, spirit, or otherwise. Lilisa kwa. You don't want to waste it here. I see you guys. Okay, here comes another free kick to Mamelodi Sundowns, just to the right of CHIPPA's big box. Oh, ref. The ref fell asleep. The ball was played directly to him. There goes that set piece. There goes that set piece practice because they took it straight to the goal, to the ref. So Vele Sundowns wants to win the league 8 times in a row. This is embarrassing. Bongs. Now I always say, it's embarrassing for you. It's embarrassing for some of the other fans. It's embarrassing for us. But it's not embarrassing for the league. The league doesn't care. Is that a goal? I guys. No. Badala karona machuma. Badala karona. No, guys. No, guys. No, okay, Prachom. It's like okay, Prachom, actually. No way. Ball played in. Nobody goes to punch it, punches it down. There's no other CHIPPA players that are aware or awake to figure out that there's a ball at the back. And then Adams nods in the most nonchalant, the most nonchalant goal ever. I thought it was even offside, the way everybody was just standing. But remember Chase and Suarez. Hi guys. These guys are not taking us seriously. No, these guys are not taking us seriously. There is no way. And the ref played his part there.
Ahly di straight. Salana fela ko ja data le comment mo le bolela masepa na hona ntwe bitirelisa.
Haona ntwe bitire batho ba ba etsang. There is no way, guys. There is no way. What the hell was that? I'm still there. Not like this. Not like this. Okay, Prachomo. I'm believing the script right now. Not like this. Except, I agree, that was an underwhelming attempt to defend. Underwhelming. Where they're zonally doing something, they don't track them, they don't track the players they're meant to be tracking. But the CHIPPA looks bored. Lulu, maybe Libona, they wish they were in KZN right now. Getting ready to watch the derby somewhere where there's a party happening, because there's no way that was PSL defending, PSL level defending. Mulonto says they were defending. I cease. That wasn't defending, man. No way, that was not defending. Match needs to be stopped, says Yande. Ladin says happy people. Oh, okay, happy people. Give us I wanna know. Hey man, Pirates, trademark infringement. Kateko says, what are we watching? I don't know what we were watching, Kateko. I don't know. I don't know what we are watching. Oh, is Islander injured? I'm sorry, agent. I was still talking about this. This is the bad defending. I'm so gazelwe man. Vele. Huh? Defenses are warning. What about what the keeper's doing? And this says, well, these teams have an agenda. They played well versus Chiefs and Pirates, but played pub versus Sundowns. Malume Kuso says, just open for us. Ref is against us as agent. Archie says, these small teams playing against Sundowns, they do not play up to the standard of football. No, but that was just egregious. That was just egregious. What a beautiful goal from Adam Sezukifile. As a Sundowns fan, I don't know how to feel, says Yanda. Shenko says, I'm a Sundowns fan, but it's time to question the quality of the PSL. No, this is nonsense, guys. No way. No, there's no way. This is the, I almost swore. That's how angry I am right now. And it's not that Sundowns, guys. It's got nothing to do with Sundowns. Sundowns is doing their job. But are these other teams? This is why. From number 5, 34 points, to CHIPPA, 30 points. There's 4 points difference. And some of these teams have games in hand. And then to CHIPPA behind, you've got Chiefs on 30, Gallons on 30, Richards Bay on 29, Magesi on 29, Supersport on 26 with 2 games in hand on Chiefs. Guys. No, guys, the Betway Prem. No, the Betway Prem. How are you doing, Tizo? Guys, we're going to win. Agent, I said these teams, they don't perform in playing against other small teams. Why can't they play like this against Kosi, says Bogs? Lulu says it's like CHIPPA players were suffering from, let's From being Lulu, they're suffering from Litswai. One team can't always win. Offensive says, why Ribeiro benched? I think it's just resting him. It's been a long season. Why put your players out? Why put some of your players out in these games when this is what you're going to get? Guys, we are into the added time. So remember, halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in. We're going to have a conversation about whatever it is that we're seeing here. But the Farmers League PSL, a bunch of baddies, says Balube Kutso. Hey, welcome, Tabar. Luan just says people will be talking about the budget while Sundowns is winning such boring games. This is not even a budgetary concern. It's just a quality concern. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, guys. I still can't believe it. You don't get them anymore, Sharin. I'll check. Lulu says, let's keep tapping. Thank you so much, Lulu, for keeping it going. Nko says it's not what CHIPPA is doing, it's what Sundowns is doing to CHIPPA. Hey, Maramko. Nobali. Nigerian national team goalkeeper. AFCON silver medalist. Down. Guys. And then it's not even that. Okay, he punches it down. Then you realize that Sundowns have more players by the line of the goal than CHIPPA. All of CHIPPA's players were still standing on the free kick line. The line you make when you want to catch people off. They were still standing. No, guys. Yo, Malumeku's a bunch of baddies. It's a bunch of baddies. Anyway, we are in halftime. Let me let the guys in and then we're going to go from there.
Mr. OT.
Malume Kuzo, what are we watching here?
Aye, man. That's like this is Mr. OT.
Yeah.
Aye. Now, I just want to have a different conversation, but very related to this game. How does this help Sundowns going into a Club World Cup when they facing such opponents? You know, I've seen, if it was a clinical team, right?
Yeah.
That chance kana Kimang Evanga goes in. There's a pass that Kwaiba Abambi Paula, and it was so open lapi move, and it started to ride tackle and Usales got the ball. And I'm like, if you had just lifted your head, wa pass straight Lamunte one, it's 2.
Yeah.
What does this say? Or what does this do to Sundowns going into a Club World Cup? Do they have to play Champions League every day? Because now Champions League na kona abang attack baya defender, and you're going to people who are probably gonna attack you. Why I say buke Champions League, Mr. Uti? But attack under 90 minutes, one way, get end to end, and it's not just one game. It's Aston Villa versus PSG. It's Dortmund versus Barcelona. It's Barcelona versus Ghana King that they were playing against is all Inter Milan. It's Inter Milan versus Bayern. It's Ghana King. It's Arsenal. Arsenal is like Real Madrid. They are attacking each other, and it's high scoring and it's quality players. Lento lele but the CHIPPA yenzayo. Because before Ashaya Nukshaya, yeah, Fist and Furious, you've been to the Club World Cup and you were trapped. Angal Washao phone regular. Kona le outile mezo kwa goal number 2. Ubanu Adams. Are you aware before Adams gets to the ball? Le outside line near CHIPPA United say yakutsa claro ukuthi ungangishaya ball. It defender le yakutsa, he's hiding ukuthi his block is flinching. He's not even going towards the ball. He's like ungangishaya ball. What are we watching, Mr. EPSL? Yesterday, we watched the Golden Arrows play against our Slepen, Abomatiba.
PT Bamukim Beauty.
It's not even a P team. I want them the whole year, the whole season. Bangena Lava Shama World Pass, Utita Shiawan, Titagana Speed, Maru Uvuli Cap is all. Uvuli Cap is all, a Shia defender, or round is a goalkeeper, or your core.
Yeah.
Mr. That's why it's Sambi the Sayo Jalalapa. Samanga Luti Konita Penga scored 3 goals. Pyramids may score. Samangalo with how. Thina besithi mhlawumbe iSundowns kuphela mesizele ngeplan yiyo kuphela ngathi hawo akhona manje angascora 3 goals because mesila ekhaya kwenzakala into ezinje. Hey,
But time, let me bring it to Shembe, Habibi. You guys are very good,
Allah wasa, Habibi.
Habibi, you have no competition. No competition.
MAMELODI Sundowns in the Arabian night, Habibi. Flyer, Habibi. Allah wasa. Flyer, Mr. Otsi. It's not competition. Look, league.
Guys.
Mr. Otsi, what a ruthless version of MAMELODI Sundowns toward the business end of the season, Mr. Otsi.
Yeah.
Phela manje mathimini apha sekusela inkani, Mr. Otsi. The legs are chucking out, Mr. Otsi. I think in South Africa, as a country, we need to come together, Mr. Otsi, and agree ukuthi sahlangana ne-soccer player etshwaleni samshaya.
Yeah.
We need a law, Mr. Otsi, ukuthi sahlangana ne-soccer player outside after the hours of 12 a.m. samshaya. What are we watching here, Mr. Otsi? Abanye mara yazi Mr. Otsi babane bayahola mara no Mr. Otsi. No Mr. Otsi. This is not on, Mr. Otsi. This is not acceptable, Mr. Otsi. CHIPPA has checked out. They have they've given up. They've quit already, Mr. Otsi. First half. Even that second goal, there wasn't even a real celebration behind it. Everyone was just disappointed in, wow, is this really what happened? It wasn't even a celebration, Mr. Otsi. No, Mr. Otsi. Mr. Otsi.
Do you think that part of the reason is that we've made this okay? Because part of me can understand it if you're playing Sundowns. Let's say, you're playing versus Sundowns. Let's say you give this performance. But then we see these performances even when they go play everybody else. I mean, this is the same CHIPPA team that has lost their last 2 games. What's happening? Is it just us now being complacent? Do we not care about the league?
Mr. Otsi, Mr. Otsi. This is your job, Mr. Otsi. How many years do you have in football if we're really going to think about this? Like, what's going on? What's mentally going on with some of our players, Mr. Otsi? This is extremely concerning. We would see how people can be so casual about their careers. What is the average lifespan of a soccer player? What are you doing after football? This is scary, Mr. Otsi. This is not acceptable. Not to take it too deep and too dark. Ting, it's fast before we were depressing. That Motaung and sales partnership, Mr. Otsi, there's something there, Mr. Otsi. Yeah. There's something there. If they can just work on that relationship, Silas Afunde is Pitori. Mr. Otsi. Something dangerous is going to happen there, Mr. Otsi. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I just want to say before I let Terence come in, it's not to take anything away from Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, I've always said with Mamelodi Sundowns, if you can put your foot on their necks, put your foot on their necks. You're doing your job. You're finishing. You're finding the players. You're doing all of that stuff. My criticism is with the other guys. I understand you're playing versus a better team, but surely you have to make that team use every bit of their quality in order to win. Sundowns, again, is going to play another game where they don't need to get out of gear too. But in any case, let me go to Terence. Terence.
Mr. Oti, my brother.
Terence, hi, man.
0-1-2, keep it GLL.
I competition in Yana, man. Some days, sometimes.
Let me tell you something. I told you this thing yesterday. Sundowns is working towards the next season.
Yeah.
I said something. Sundowns is 7 to 8 years ahead of other teams football-wise.
Yeah.
That people fail to understand. Once again, look at all the ball runs. Look at what the Sundowns players are doing. Understand the Bruak. But the space ababula. Look what they are frustrating CHIPPA United. It's not a matter of they're not playing. I understand. If they counter press Sundowns, they leave those pockets that we want. Understand out. So if they come to the part, if they draw an error to the ball, if they follow the ball, it's where we want them the most. Then they will open those spaces. They have to stay compacted kumra. Or low block or mid block. It doesn't matter. Understand? It's not a matter of what they are doing wrong. It's about what Sundowns is doing right on the day. It's so easy when you don't outside football, if you've never played the game before, talking about something where somebody is weak. It's so difficult to play without the ball, Mr. OT. It's difficult, my brother. You have to be a disciplined 90 minutes. You have to mark the space, you have to communicate. Hey, Charlie, so last space, you cover up. Once you look your shoulders, you have to communicate, bro. I understand. Knowing your strength as CHIPPA United. But otherwise, other people, I can't blame them because of we understand football different as people.
Yeah. But then can I ask? I get what you're saying about Sundowns and the way that they play. Mara, isn't there a question of effort from CHIPPA's side? Because I understand chasing the ball. They're not even doing those things. Can we look at CHIPPA and say, Mara, guys, I understand Sundowns is better. Or it's like this. You know how Lwana Lemoto? Rather ulwanenyana ushapiwe.
I've once said this, Mr. Uti, death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
You open, you play, we kill you. You park the bus, we kill you.
Yeah.
I understand. At the end of the day, you have to pick a struggle. I understand. Death by 1,000 cuts. You open play, you attack us, we crucify you. You park the bus, we crucify you. I understand. So it's up to you how you want to die.
Yeah.
Understand? It's up to you as a team. How are you going to do about this lose? I understand that, Mr. Uti. So I want to tell you this thing, Mr. Uti. You know, there's so much work going on behind the scenes. MAMELODI Sundowns. So I understand that, bro. I so wish some of the people, Bakata want the training drills. Then you will understand. One day, maybe one of these people, invite what's happening. The system, my brother, Sundowns has invested in the system, not in the coach, not in the player, not in anything. We buy players according to our system.
Yeah.
Understand the Sundowns has invest in the system. Invest in a coach, or this coach is playing this style of football. That's hence we can say this is not the Sundowns way.
Yeah.
One understand that, Mr. Uti. So if a much chance, but Sundowns has invested a lot of money in the system, my brother. The system makes a lot of teams look weak. Other teams are not weak. We are not weak, man.
Weak, weak. 11 losses, 6 draws, 8 wins, the 21-21. I won Sundowns, Mara. These teams.
You know what? Mr. Uti.
Yeah.
Do you know why I say it's weak? I've told you this. We have set the bar very high. Thank you, my brother.
Let me go to Bongs. Bongs.
Yes, Brody.
Bongs, kupa ko botsa man. O bona ang mo ko gaming in. Welcome. 2-0.
No, Brody. Ntwe simple to save this league from being called the Farmers League. It's if we compare service system as this one ke Belgium Pro League.
Yeah.
Where the 8 teams they get top 8. Do you hulelwa half of their points that they accumulated after all their 30 games they've played?
Okay.
Then they start playing again. So it might help league ya rona be more competitive than just Simbo CHIPPA United, who are not even attacking or attempting to attack. They don't even have any corners. They don't even have any shots on target. They are not even attempting to play. Sundowns are just having a lot of fun. They are just enjoying themselves. It's like they are training there.
Marabongs. Why are we punishing Sundowns? Because if we change that system, we're punishing people that are doing their job. These other teams, I always say, CHIPPA United has 30 points, Sundowns has 60. You only play Sundowns twice. There's a lot of games where you can't even get to double-digit wins, 25 games into the season, and you're a top 8 team. What do you say to that?
It's because they want to play draws, because they are not taking this league seriously.
Yeah.
Ba shebile ho bapala di-draw because they are always sitting back and not wanting to attack. It's always 1-0 or 1-1. It's never a time where we can see an open game. Jwalo ka o bone Champions League maobane, Inter versus Barcelona.
Yeah.
A game where we saw two legs where there were goals. There were goals. More to the whole season team in tse ka ba di 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 1-0. Where are the teams taking this a challenge for Sundowns? Sundowns are having fun here. It's no longer fun watching this league. This league is no longer interesting to watch.
But it's not Sundowns' fault, guys. Let me bring it Butlale. Butlale, tell me about this first half. How did you feel about it? Butlale, are you with me? Okay, we'll see. Malume Kuzo, are you with me?
Hayi mina ngikhona Mr. Uthi ngiyiwane laba abangalazi ibhola ngikhona.
Malume Kuzo kubo plele or man. Scosa house it or ring at the end of the game. Does Sundowns need to change anything or is it just gonna end this way?
I-4.5 yona is still alive. Ngiyayibona la i-4.5. It's still alive. I saw in the first minute I was disappointed with Martins. He was one-on-one with Motaung,
Yeah.
which like foot race. Ingwe yavele ya stop. I was like, yo, anaw wafaka nomkhulisi. Yavele yayekugijima. No, I'm not interested. I don't want to run. I understand. And can I just? There's something that was said. Actually, no, let me not do it. It's fine. Over 4.5, Mr. Oti. Sundowns yawina la. Nala maplayers ali CHIPPA United angwazi. I tried googling omunye. Age yakhe ayiveli ne-Google ayimazi ne-Transfermarkt ayimazi. Ungenile nje ukwayiba since bamnika ikhephe eyi-1 lapha kubafana. The head is bigger than the shoulders. Angiboni kwenzakalani la Mr. Oti. Umdiba naye sekashaya amathekili. So this is taking away, like uslide ibhola ziliphumele ngaphandle. So this is taking away from the intelligent player that Umudiba is, the clinical player that Umudiba is. I see Sundowns going to Club World Cup and doing what Pirates does, Mesefika with my big boys and just playing with my back five. Because I need to have a game from the game list.
Okay, hi. Shembe, I see Kulis is coming on. Do you think that you change things here? Do you need to change things here? How do you see this game playing out here, seeing as CHIPPA doesn't seem to have come to this game?
Yeah, man, Mr. Otsi, Mr. Otsi, one thing I'd just like to paraphrase just to start with is Otsi. The reason why, one of the reasons why I love Mamelodi Sundowns so much, is because it exposes the mediocre in other teams, Mr. Otsi. Forget what's in our resources, because you have to actually know what you want to do with the resources at hand. And Mamelodi Sundowns know what they want to do with the resources at hand. If you were to give this money, Mamelodi Sundowns, to other teams, they would not do this. They would not do this. I would have loved to have seen another 4x4 there, Mr. Otsi. But we control the game by conserve energy. But I would love to have seen 4 goals, Mr. Otsi.
Shembe, how do you feel about the state of the league?
Mr. Otsi, njengoba ngisho man ukuthi one of the reasons why I really love Sundowns the way it was what it exposes in what's happening in the administration, the professionalism of other teams, Mr. Otsi. Ngeke sisebenzise excuse ukuthi ibhola linzima for a reason for why you're not performing and not doing the standards of ispan sakho. La uspana khona wena, even if imsebenzi wakho ukupress ibutton eprinter, you're still expected to deliver that service at a standard because you are being paid for your time. If la machita labe bangaholi for the Spanish, it was just the Sunday league, I would understand. But these people decided to not go work 9 to 5s and come play football, knowing what you need to do in order to be considered a professional player, knowing the expectations that come with the choice that they made. Every choice you made has a burden. You have no excuse because you made the choice. So if you want to be a football player, be serious about your career. Excellent, Mr. Otsi.
Okay, let me go to Bongs. We've started the second half. We are 45 minutes, 38 seconds in. Please remember that if you want to know what the time is, just add 45 to whatever my timer says. So right now, it says 1 minute. When it goes to 1 minute, it's actually going to be 46. That's why I put that second half thing there. Bongs, tell me, changes in the second half. It fellas one came in.
No, Sundowns, so I have to go change right now. They're still cruising nicely. They'll even score 2 more goals again. I don't think Buffalo got any changes right now. This game is way easy for them.
Yeah.
CHIPPA are not even giving them any challenge. I wish Kabe Parajena against Chiefs. You're not CHIPPA United. You know, sometimes Harabana the team is against Rona and then flop against both Sundowns.
Yeah.
We are now part of the small team family. Look, when I win easy like this, man. Like get top 9, your top 9, top 9. Top 9, I said top 8, it's top 9.
What is the gap between big and small and medium teams? Because if you look at the log right now, from team number 4 on the log, there's not another team that has double-digit wins. Wait, how shall I call difference? Kibo minus. What's all man?
Teams just defend and then get punished. Sundowns over punish about 4x4, basketball 4 bo magale tse ba jwa bo ma 8 bo golden negro se ba jwa bo ma 7 bo Chiefs le bona ke bana they are adding to the losses they are losing to small teams. See,
yeah,
ke yona e ba ka mathata because now goal difference ha gona e ba topsy turvy. Ha re e left it tshwantse e left e right.
No box for time. I'm gonna jump in. Kana we just cause it over. It's over.
4-0 Mamelodi Sundowns.
Okay. Thank you guys to the guys that joined halftime. We are 3,000 likes away from me opening it up and letting everybody jump in and giving me a minute of what they're thinking. How I thought about the first half is how I expected the game to go. Mamelodi Sundowns wouldn't have to get out of second gear in order for them to play. Now in the second half, we've seen Philenda and Matrose come onto the pitch. One Matrose comes from Orlando Pirates, if I'm not mistaken. And then Philenda, it seems like they want to pace up right now and pin back Mamelodi Sundowns, which is something that most teams do at the beginning of halves, which is why they're getting the corners now and they're playing now. But the question becomes, is it not too late to play this game? And what I want to say about what we've spoken about the quality of the league, for me, again, I don't believe in punishing Sundowns. I don't believe in, blaming Sundowns and all. Sundowns is doing exactly what they need to do as a team that's serious, right? They've built the structure. They've built on top of that structure. They even changed structures. They've modernized structures. They're doing every single thing that they need to do. You don't play Mamelodi Sundowns 30 times in the league. You play them twice, which means that there's other games that you should be playing. CHIPPA United is not a new team. I believe they're celebrating 13 years, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. They've been here for a very long time. It's not a new team. But we tend to look at our PSL teams and give them the benefit of the doubt. Like we just let them go. If you guys were watching the show on Monday when I was speaking about Kaizer Chiefs, I had a whole rant towards the end, where in that rant, all I said at the end was, what do we do, Coach Jimmy, that shows that we are here, Sajima, we're doing something? What do we do? And it's not that the things have to work. It's not that the things have to be perfect. But when you watch these teams, you sometimes think to yourself, go practicing, man, outside of the rondos. What's happening? When you're analyzing games, what are you doing in those games? What are you doing in that time? Mama Petty suitcase. Upagi lunch, going to Naturena, going to wherever you're going to go. Upagi lunch. What do you do for 8 hours, right? And this is the whole team. Because sometimes we lay these things on the players, but what do the coaching staff do? What do the analysts do? What is management doing? When management goes out and signs players, I spoke about Kaizer Chiefs, for example, when I broke down everything. What do they do when they're going to sign players? Because now you have player after player after player that's not working. Did you invest time into discovering what your style of play is? Did you invest time in making sure you know what style your team is going to play, if the players are going to fit, or is it just every season, you're throwing things in the dark and hoping that one of them stick? Mabuti Kanyeza pops up at CHIPPA United. And not to be disrespectful to him, but he's a coach that went, 7 games? How long was the losing streak? 7 games, 7 losses last season, for example. Should those people be getting jobs easily? Should he be standing up and coaching there? And I'm not saying that Mabuti Kanyeza is not a good person or anything like that. I'm just saying that if you look at our league, man, it's like nobody takes it seriously. Right now, there's a good 10 teams, 10 teams that are literally 3 or 4 points between the top and, let's say, number 14. The top half and number 14. That is insane. That is insane. But anyway, we've crossed 25K. Let me let the guys in. I do want to give Mamelodi Sundowns some credit. I think as much as we do speak about this and saying that it's easy, you play a team that's in low block for a lot of the game. You play a team that's defending for a lot of the game. It's not an easy thing to score against. It's not an easy thing to play against. So you have to give them credit to say that, you know what, they found the combinations. Agent mentioned, who mentioned? Shembe mentioned the Sales and Mudau combination on the left-hand side. We've seen Abo Reinas become incredible players. Look at the way that they play the ball into the box. So I don't want to take anything away from Mamelodi Sundowns in this rant, but the other teams have to up their standards, man. And when you say up the standards, it's not even that you have to go win the game. It's fine. You see what CHIPPA's doing right now? Where was this in the first half? And did I not say that what's going to happen is that they're going to sit back, they're going to concede 1 or 2 goals, then they're going to want to come and play. And when they want to come and play, they'll get to a point where they open up, and Mamelodi Sundowns then scores 2 more goals, and it's a 4-0, for example. Right? This is what I'm talking about here. Is that a calculator? Is it a fancy phone? Yeah, I thought he was holding up a calculator. That was going to be funny. Mabova, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, ngiyaphila bhuta munjani man?
Hayi mina ngimnandi man, ngicabanga ezami za Saturday. Usizakalani ngibukelele just ukuthi isikhathi kudlula isikhathi. Uyibona njani le game bra?
Ungayi lapho ungayi Saturday futhi ibambe kanjalo ungayi siyeza. Yeah, hey. Mfethu ngiyakuzwa eyakhuluma mfethu ngiyayizwa lento mfethu. Ama team mfethu afuna ukuba professional mfethu. Asibukisa amanga mfethu. From the first minute kuze kube sekugcineni. Sizuze ne-interest ukubuka i-PSL.
Yeah.
Abo Sundowns mfethu singayidlela umona mfethu. Yenza i-professional, hlonipha yonke i-team edlala nayo. Uyayibona nje mfethu ine-intent yokuwina igame noma ukuthi uyidlala nobani. Lokho ikwenza without fethu fear or favor yokuthi ubani ozothini yakwenza kamnandi. Singamane sisho ukuthi isebenzisa kakhulu imali this and that, but ayibona futhi bamnandi fethu, bamnandi. Get us down fethu. Yabo nje manje le game le bayicontrola nje kamnandi. Sure.
No, bengifuna ukubuza ukuthi na iChippa ngathi ivukile final. Naku ke basinikeze effort nyana. Bazokhona ukuyibamba le effort up until
Fit lenti hayi imizuzwana embalwa nje. Imizuzwana embalwa vele beza behind. Sundowns has nothing to lose manje. Beza behind, beza Sundowns badlala ezandleni Sundowns. Sundowns zobishaya lesithathu nje. Kube lula futhi lesi4. Yeah. Igame over le vethu. Ngisabuye. Igame over.
Manje silungisa kanjani le ndaba but? Ilunga kanjani le ndaba?
Le ama team angekho serious. Yo inzima mfethu lento le. Ngicabanga futhi lento is about something investment. Ama-chairman fethu bengaba serious mhlambe invest fethu kwi-soccer.
Oh, Onyango.
Eish.
Hey, no, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, invest fethu ebholeni fethu akhombise fethu ukuthi afuna atshale fethu la. Abo nje ama-coaches around fethu ama-team la wodwa ku-PSL. Same coaches.
Yeah.
And mhlambe indlela afunde ngayo mhlambe incane asazi. Mhlambe fethu abanike support emele bayithole mhlambe from i-background i-top level management.
Yeah.
Abo sazi ukuthi kwenzeka yini ngale fethu. Mhlambe singablame nje mhlambe abakuthola abakufunayo kuthiwa asebenzana ngalokho.
Okay.
Sazi.
But I've always got it ingene. Yeah.
Sure.
For time, I'm going to jump in. CHIPPA got their best chance there. The Sundowns playing the ball at the back. Played to Onyango, who took a little bit of a heavy touch, was caught out, and CHIPPA should have taken advantage. This is what I'm talking about when I say, you see in the second half, you see effort. It doesn't mean they're going to do it for 90 minutes. It doesn't mean they're going to score. But you cannot tell me that CHIPPA United has not come out in this second half and given us 10 minutes of effort. But in any case, Mavovo, it's in Fagu Unapzen, man, for his card.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Mavovo. Napzen. Napzen, can you hear me?
Come on, John.
Hey, this is Atini, man. Spaghetti report. I can hear you perfectly, my brother. Utini came, my brother.
Yeah. Angibona ukuthi ikhona team sayobamba iSundowns ngalesi system edlalayo mfethu. Okay, ngayiplanela iSundowns but masungena efieldini asikuyabhala mfethu. Uyayibona iCHIPPA nje the first 10 minutes bidlala manje. Bethembisa ngathi mhlambe ingathi ibuye. But angiboni ngabuya la.
Yeah.
So ngibona ngathi the next six season Sundowns say contributor feature sayithatha yona.
Oh, mara akuna team bo Pirates bo Stellenbosch akuna team uzoyibamba engayibamba.
The problem is iSundowns mangabheka ishaya team e1 kuphela Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
Ngeke ngithi shawa iPirates uyabona iPirates ayenzi next Sundowns. But the Steelers yiso ngasithemba kuSundowns. What the Steelers nje iSundowns idlala ibhola layo. Bese yona ithatha ibhola iyogora bese kuphelile ngale 1-0. But le system seyidlala manje. Naye seyithola igoal ke naye seyithola igoal iCHIPPA. Bayibona futhi the next six season vela iSundowns hamba yodwa.
Okay. Yeah. No, Dabsin, thank you so much. Think fage ulikompo music.
Hello, bro.
Dinta.
Nice.
I can see beke mango kenanka echo. Let me just check. Mpoza echo. Likompo.
Yeah, bro. If someone,
yeah.
If someone could tell me that this team is coming from Spain or England, I will believe it. They came here on South Africa to practice.
Yeah.
We have to give Sundowns their flowers. And they've done one for themselves. And this is a practice match. Already, they have already closed the chapter for this season.
Yeah.
They're only looking to go to play for Club World Cup and CAF Champions League. But Sundowns makes things simple. They don't wanna. They do what they let me say what they are training, what they've been doing for the week. They will do it on the game day. And from the first minute, I saw that CHIPPA came here to honor the fixture. They did not came here to play or like they make things easier for Sundowns. Yeah, that's how I see this game. And for me, Broughty, I don't see CHIPPA maintaining what they've set for themselves because already they've come out from first minute of second half. They've come out and they're showing that they are playing. If Cardozo can come out and say, and during the press conference and say, during the halftime, I do not say anything for the 15 minutes, I will believe it.
Okay. But then, can you tell me, look at CHIPPA right now. CHIPPA is exposing some of Sundowns' things, and Sundowns is obviously better quality. Do you think that we need to see more of these games from Amatimafana like Abu CHIPPA? Because we don't see this when they're playing versus Richards Bay. We don't see, especially what they've been doing now.
Sundowns is exposing PSL teams. They are showing that they are not. Let me put it like this: Sundowns do not deserve to play with this kind of teams. Let's be honest, Brauti. We cannot be watching Sundowns dominating for the 90 minutes. It's like CHIPPA is coming from it's a Kasi team that qualified to play for Nedbank through a playoff.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Okay.
Where have you seen this? Where have you seen this? Even Man City does not do like this. They can hold the ball for 90 minutes, but other teams will get their chances and they will score against them. But they will not even score. It's like these players, they are not serious. It's like they are not getting paid. Let's be honest, bro. Sundowns will continue to dominate, and even if they can dominate for the next 8 years, they deserve it. They've set their system, and even if they go to check if you can check their recent coach, you can tell how Sundowns they want to play and what type of coach they want in their team.
Okay. For time, I'm going to jump in. Mamelodi Sundowns has made some changes. Ribeiro and Masego have come on for Reyners and Matthews. So we're probably going to see Sundowns turning up the volume a little bit here because they've survived that first wave of attack from CHIPPA in this half. Mudau's also coming off. Anyway, let me go to Mpoza. Mpoza, let's just make sure that your mic is working.
It's working like Sundowns champion stuff.
Hey, ma. It's the echo. Tell me how you feel about this. Because I think it's going to echo too much. So I'm going to let you talk.
Okay, I think what you've got to be able to do, and it's easy to look at Sundowns and say they're playing well and they're doing this. This has not been an overnight thing. It's been part of the process. It's been part of over a long period of time. I mean, you've got the under-20s that are playing at the AFCON, and you've got Sundown scouts that are there. You've got the senior team that's playing in the Champions League. You've got Sundown scouts that are going to watch Pyramid. You've got, so all those things come into being because, and as Lokombo said, when he says Sundowns are going to win for the next 6 years, one may say it's arrogance. But then let's go back. How old is Adams? How old is Matthews? How you start looking at the team has to evolve. How old is Ribeiro? You know, you look at those things, and that's what it has taken to be able to say the team is not aging together. The team is always evolving and moving. I mean, you've got Khoza, who's now coming into himself. So when a Grant has reached the time whereby he's 32 and those years are gone, but you've got somebody like Khoza who can be able to say, it's okay, I've got this sorted out. And those are the things that you say, the growth of a team is not just about the now. It's about the moving forward for the next 2-3 years. And in that 2 to 3 years, one can be able to say, hey, they're going to be here for some time and they're going to rule this. The good thing that Pirates has done this season is that they've closed the gap on Sundowns. The gap is no longer at 15, 18 points. It's a lot less. At least it's made it competitive. The PSL and Betway must just unveil the trophy. At the point of unveiling, can it have the following two names? Mamelodi Sundowns Standard.
I want to ask some questions, Khoza, but the problem is that there's an echo there. So I'm going to move on. Very good points that were made there. I just want to highlight something here, right? CHIPPA United is showing you something here. Sundowns is not invincible. They're a very good team, but they've got some things that they work on. They need to work on. Obviously, quality wins out most of the time, but there's things there. And it's not that they're going to win. Like I said, it's not that CHIPPA's going to win. But they've given a better account of themselves to the point where Sundowns will have to reach into their quality to go, if this was a 0-0 game, they reach into the quality to go and win the game. You could argue, to be fair to Sundowns, that Libona, they've got a 2-0 lead. Why sweat? Why try hard? Maybe CHIPPA's not playing well. Maybe it's just Sundowns going, you know what, guys, we've got a 2-0 lead. Why do we need to go that hard? In any case, this is what maybe CHIPPA should have come with. Look at the spacing. Look at how they've opened up. Look at how they're not defending most of the time. What did I say? You can defend and you can attack, but you have to attack. Sorry, you can defend deeply, but you have to attack so that you keep the other team on their toes. Agent is pointing out something here. Irelanders off of the pitch. Sundowns can't control the tempo, for example, here. Umkhulise, you know how I feel about Umkhulise. I'm not going to get into it, but that's a weakness. The defense. Look at how the defense has been trying to cover. They've been stretched a little bit. Look at how they're being stretched. It might not be that they're being shown that they're bad or whatever, but they're showing the little bits of difference. And do you know what happens? What normally happens to these teams, Sundowns and Pirates, like I say, they're in gear 2 and they're winning. What happens is, Malume Kutso hit the nail right on the head halftime when he said, you have a Pirates that's not used to playing teams that can score 3 goals. So they're used to being the team that can be the aggressor. That can be the team that goes out and goes, because they go and play these teams every day. Sundowns is used to being the top team. They've struggled, for example, in the Champions League to get to a final. Why? Because when the true test comes with teams that are actually up on the level, you see that, oh, Sundowns can't be taken advantage of here and there. But with our teams, it's not even for the win or for you to be better than Sundowns. Sometimes it's just, can you sweat, man? When you come off, can you just make sure that you've given your all and Shem because he's better? You get what I mean? But anyway, not to go too far, let me bring in Ushumi. Shumi, welcome to the show. How are you?
Sawubona bhuti unjani?
Hayi man, mina ngimnandi man Shumi. Uthini ngale game?
Ngibona iSundowns ziyazenzela nje noma ke iChippa United ingathi iyavuka manje. Second half iqala ukuziqoqa manje ingathi mhlambe ifuna igoli.
Hawu mara ivuka sekuphelile.
Ya yona angiboni khona into esazoyenza la iSundowns ngathi ayinantanga la eSouth Africa ngaphandle ukuthi iOrlando Pirates kube yiyona ebakstophayo kule dominance yabo. So nje ayamanye ama-team phela awakhona ukwenza lutho. Yazi the way kwenzeka ngakhona iSundowns like i-league ngathi sebeyiplanele nje ukuthi i-league bazayiwina kanjani i-league ngoba ama-cup iwona sangihlupha kakhulu.
Yeah.
Kodwa small team like iSundowns akufuneki ngabe ila ikhona nyama ngoba leyo fana ngabe team. Ya sizwa ngabo nje bathi small team. So nje small team efana
akusiwo okhulumayo yibo abakhulumayo mabathi bayi 57.
Ya hayi siyatshelwa nje yonke into angithi manje suke singama-chess pain nje ukuthi thina siyilento ethize siyilento ethize manje hayi sesiyabanika that credit ukuthi hayi becabange kanjalo ngoba ukuze bezokwazi ukuphola nabey'nhliziyweni zabo
Yeah.
kodwa nje ngicabanga ukuthi abadlali be-Sundowns badeserve ukuba ngabadlali be-Chiefs kahle kahle. Akithi i-Chiefs i-Chiefs iphele beyisobha ukuthi uyayazi.
Oh, but is there support, man?
Hayi man, hayi yena i-Chiefs ngiyayikhumbula man yazi. Ngiyayikhumbula man isangihlukumeza nje kodwa man angithandi ukuthi kutholakale nje nge-Chiefs ngoba yazi bekunaleyo nto man yazi masiyodlala ne-Chiefs uzwe ukuthi hayi awuhleli kahle. Manje usuyalala nokulala nje uphaphame half time. Oh. Igame ye-Chiefs. No, but
okay. No, Shumi, thank you. Thank you, Shumi. Let me bring in VO. VO, welcome. How are you? Hey, VO, can you hear me?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm
yes,
okay.
Yes, I can hear you. You?
I'm good, man. 71 minutes in, 2-0.
Man.
How do you feel about this game?
Yeah. I know the game is done and dusted, obviously. I mean, it's still Temba, you know, and the guy hasn't even brought all the firepower out. Come on now, they're let's be serious. But yeah, nice performance from them. It's classic, it's professional from Sundowns, you know.
Yeah.
The point machine keep doing the thing. But yeah, as for us, Pirates, I can only say we tried. But you can't keep on saying the same thing season in, season out.
Yeah.
So yeah, when it comes to the league, I still feel as a back idea. For me, it's slight of a failure. It's still because Jose has been there for 3 seasons. So there wasn't much other excuses. You had your material, you know the league, you knew what you're up against. You know, first 15 games, we show what you're supposed to do if you want to challenge Sundowns, and we did it. But somehow the wheels fell off, you know. We started seeing cracks in the squad, the Salings, the Maswangai, all this, you know, attitude problems with players, you know. But to be fair, Jose has kept a lot of our problems, you know, in-house. You know, he's done his best, because some of the stuff that has happened through the season would have break many teams apart, you know. But yeah, we soldier on, and I mean, we're keeping it alive for the other people that's viewing, because I mean, if Sundowns had to win it with 7, 6, 8 games to go, there's no you know. You just have to keep it to them, and it's a professional.
No, I just want to off ramp a little bit.
As a Pioneer, we cannot expect other teams to do the job for us, but us to do our job.
I want to off ramp just a little bit and ask you as a Pirates fan.
Yeah.
How do you feel about next season? Do you think that Pirates will be able to continue on this upward, you know, this upward march that Coach Jose has you on? Is there a risk that maybe you're starting from scratch? Or is that a good thing?
No. Look, you know, sometimes there's this saying, you before it's done, you know, you can be easily looked at as being crazy, because if it works out for Pirates, then it's gonna look like, wow, genius move from management. But knowing football, we know this has now just slightly destabilized the team, because already look what it has done with just him announcing that he's leaving before the season is over. You can see you know, some of the guys. You can see now the past 2 games with Mabasa and Maswanga, and you can see the guys. Doesn't look like they're fighting for the coaching. But yeah, obviously the Reles and Kotas and you know, the Bogazes and the other senior players, they're still doing the job because they, you know, professional. So yeah, man, but I think it's gonna destabilize the team. Definitely, because now you're gonna have to get in a coach who's gonna come in that is going to drop a few players, and
Okay, VO for
then
time
obviously
because
who's
I
going to
see
be
we've
happy,
got.
who's not going to be happy. So he's going to who we keeping, who will.
VO, I'm sorry about that because we've got a little bit of a delay there. Mamelodi Sundowns has missed quite a few chances. Ribeiro is. Hey, he's at fault for some egregious chances that he's missed here. One-on-one with the goalkeeper inside the box, getting played through. It seems like whatever CHIPPA United was doing in that first 15, 20 minutes has now gone away. And like I said, Sundowns just has to weather a little bit of the storm for a little bit. But I think they had given themselves, they'd shown a good account of themselves in that 45 minutes. This is what I'm talking about. Just give us some of that, man. Where was that energy? Where was that pace? Where was that play? Where was the pressing? Where was the spacing in the first half? You know, by the time they want to play, it's too late. By the time you want to come back, you're done. Scoring 3 goals versus Mamelodi Sundowns to go win is something that even Ahly are struggling with. So I think this is what you want to see more of. And more importantly, this is what you want to see in the league. This is what you want. That 15, 20 minutes that CHIPPA just gave to Sundowns wins you a game versus Richards Bay. Wins you a game versus a Golden Arrows, wins you a game versus Amazul. But when you watch those games too, they're switched off all the time. But in any case, Mamelodi Sundowns has got a free kick on the edge of the box. I'm also watching Arsenal. Obviously, my team 1-0 down to PSG in the first leg. They're coming back to try and get something here in the second. They've been pressing. Donnarumma is Donnarumming right now. And I'm not happy with it, but it's fine. Let me bring it to Bongs. Bongs, we are now deep into the second half. I think we are, 77 minutes in. Orinka came in, Bongs.
This game is done and dusted. There's no way CHIPPA United can come back. CHIPPA United are just playing, and they are playing very, very late. If they played first half of Palaso, the score wouldn't be this bad for them. Now, another thing, these people are saying Pirates are the only team that fights Sundowns. Man, Pirates, I can't Sundowns. But how do they fight Sundowns? But I got with the juju, the matches in the field, no, 2 a.m. in the morning, Ribeiro Santatame, that's how they are trying to fight Sundowns. And Sundowns had an 8-year plan. How do they destroy these teams? They threw money at it. And now they went on and tried to copy Pirates and get a Spanish coach. They went and got a Dutch coach, a French coach, until they got Pitso Mosimane. Buy everyone. After buying everyone, then you'll see what goes on. So now Sundowns bought everyone and knew man, buying everyone is not just working. Let's buy everyone who's just quality, not just everyone in the market. Because first, and it didn't work out. Until they saw that they need to buy everyone who's quality. This is why today we want to Sundowns solution. They buy quality, everyone who's quality.
Before I jump in, Box, wait. Before I say anything, the thoughts and views expressed by those on the panel or in the comments are not those of George Mokwena or the Overthinking Football Show. Hey, Box, we didn't see it. Wait. But Box, I want to ask you, what's stopping other teams from doing that? Because maybe you can't do it at the level of Sundowns. Mara surely, you know what, coach wa rona o batla winger off past or it's a solid, so let's make a short list. Let's make a short list. Let's do this, let's do that. What's stopping the other teams as Masego? Is it Masego who scored? Masego scores his first goal back in. Remember, Masego was the AFL MVP at some point. Bombs, what's stopping the other teams from being able to do those type of things?
OT, some teams don't have the financial muscle Sundowns and Lenyona. Some teams are stingy. Some teams are not willing to spend a dime for a player. For example, Ribeiro Costa. They'd rather spend money on a player Yusuf Mark rather than buying quality. Because who compete. Babata Hoba there just for vibes. They are not taking football seriously, some other teams. So Sundowns has taken an advantage or no. But they have the money, they can spend it all over. They can buy whoever. Because now, give up by South America. Next thing, but to get a little, but to Europe, players.
Yeah.
It will be the first team to bring European players into South Africa, and we'll see more talent, we'll see more wins from Sundowns again. Whereas Team Tottenham level Chiefs, level Pirates will still be buying from CHIPPA United. But I got this no names there. Abuti Kuto Areng, Laudi Google, how did Holy. How they man. They'll be buying those ones.
Whatever, but a jump in. Let me bring in Alpha. Alpha, welcome to the show. How are you?
Awesome.
Alpha, can you hear me? Oh, Alpha.
I'm good, man, and you?
I'm good. I think there might be a little bit of a delay.
I can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
Tell me what you think of the game.
Can you hear me? Yes, man. I'm here.
I think there's a network issue there. 3-0, guys. Sorry. 3-0. Sorry. I updated. I think there's a bit of an network issue there. I think Alpha, try come back in and let's see if we can't solve that network issue by you coming back in. Let me go to Korani. Korani, welcome to the show. How are you?
Mr. Oti.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Oti.
Kitaring, Lawina.
Obvious. This was an obvious 3 points, you know. What can we say, Mara? So, CHIPPA United, they were here to donate 3 points to us so that on Sunday, officially, it's going to be our league. No calculator, nothing. Officially, on Sunday, when we play Stellenbosch, we'll be claiming our end. Yeah, goal! Oh, offside. Yes. But anyway, Mr. Oti, I'm here at Loftus Stadium. I just wanted to say, Kabuye!
You know when someone calls you from the stadium? You can hear Orai Ututabil. Thank you, Korani. Reporting live. Which other show has people reporting live? Another person who likes to report live.
Yeah, Mr. Oti.
Ultra. Reporting live from Loftus. Another person who loves to report live, usually from Buffalo City side, when CHIPPA is playing, is Usinje. Showstopper.
Hey, Alala. Mr. Oti, you know, I watched this game and I asked myself, what signs in the way CHIPPA is playing today did they come to this game with the mentality that we want to win?
Yeah.
It's like the same mindset and aggression that CHIPPA has when they are playing against Chiefs. It's like they don't have it when they are playing against like Sundowns. Like I'm looking at the mistakes that Mwabi made in this game. And I'm looking at how he is not commanding his defense line, how he shouts at it, how he's calling for them to be focused, which is what I like about him, you know? That even when he plays for his national team, that's what I like about him, is that he's a Cape Town, he's a goalkeeper that stamps his authority. that shouts at his defenders, that arranges his defenders, which is a very strong point for him. In this game, he's like, he has allowing his defenders to do whatever they want, I mean, look at that that could have been a goal by, what's this guy, Craig, I think Martins, that's the CHIPPA United striker or winger, striker. That could have been an easy goal, but it didn't, even when he approached that goal ball, it didn't look hungry. I don't know what's going on. Maputi is the one that is looking like he wants to win this game from the touchline. The players themselves, I mean, they're like, okay, I think they've made it up in their minds that we are going to lose against Sundowns.
Do you think, Sinje, can I ask you, do you think that it's a case of until Sundowns scores, we don't need to play? And then when Sundowns scores, it's almost like they get given leeway now, like it's okay to go forward now because Sundowns score. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like it feels like,
I agree with you. I also had that same feeling. It's like, okay, it's like as a kid, you went out, your mother did not want you to go, you went out and now you are roaming around the house, you can't go in, it's late at night, and you're like, okay, let me just get the smacking and then I can come in, then I can tell my story, It's one of those things. It's like, okay, now we are losing. Okay, now let's try something.
But now it's okay to try something.
Now, even we can lose. We're already losing. So what more can we? We cannot lose more than we are losing. It's not going to be more than a loss. It's going to be a loss at the end of the day. But I don't like this. It's unlike CHIPPA. It's unlike this team. And Evanga was nowhere to be found. They substituted him first half. It lacks hunger, man. Otherwise, I'm a Sundowns. I hear that they're going to win. Hey, did I hear you correctly? Did you say someone was reporting live?
Yeah.
Since when are stadiums that quiet? Oh, I forgot, man. Sorry. I could swear that he's in a classroom somewhere. He's in a stadium. Since when are stadiums that quiet?
You're doing so well. I knew the shot was coming. The shot was coming.
You said someone reporting live. I'm like, live? Live where? Live in the stadium. That's silence. But I could swear that person is in parliament.
Let's try Alpha again. Alpha.
Mr. OT, can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly, my brother. Tell me what you think about the game. 3-0. I said about 3 minutes, man.
This guy who just talked down, I just hurt my feelings, man. We are a Sundowns. I'm one of the 57 people there. It just hurt my feelings, man. It's painful when they say like that, man.
Yeah.
But on the game, man, I'm watching, I'm listening to the radio and I'm watching it on you, man. When you just give us the score line, man, there's no one will ever stop Sundowns now. They must just give Sundowns that trophy. There is no way. Pirates know it. Even all the 15 teams at PSL, they know it. The only thing I wish for next season, PSL or whoever who's the board must change the way of you put the fixtures, man. There is no way. 2 teams are playing in Africa, but the other one is 4 games in hand. But both teams are playing in Africa. That's the only thing I think PSL must change. And my question to you, when they look for player of the season, player, goalkeeper of the season, defender of the season, when they nominate, what performance they are looking for the cups, the leagues, or what? Because I have a problem, man. If you're gonna talk about the league, if you mention player of the season and player of the season, and you don't mention CHIPPA, you don't mention Mahalwa, there's a problem with our football. The stats will never lie. We always say this and this. You see in music, they got this thing they call payola, ne?
Yeah.
It's like now in our football, we have payola. There is no way, you know the stats, Mofokeng, I think he got 5 goals in the league, 4 assists. But we want him to be a player of the season. Come on, guys. Let's be fair as football fans.
We're gonna have this conversation. There's a day when I'm gonna put aside and we're gonna come up with our own winners and everything. It's gonna be part of the conversation because this is a conversation we had even last season. But for time, let me bring in Malume Kutso. Malume Kutso.
Let me say this and say bye-bye to you. There's a guy who just spoke now, Bongs. Bongs, he spoke about Sundowns was buying each and everyone. He must go to 2015.
Yeah.
He knows Free State players, Jaftas, Nkosi, Chabalala, the one who's playing for CHIPPA. They were bought by Pirates, 15 players. They didn't fit in Pirates system. Kaizer Chiefs bought in, who's this guy, Ngobo from Swallows? This Dube guy from Richards Bay, they were player of the season.
Yeah.
Did they fit to Kaizer Chiefs? No. Thank you, Mr. OT.
But time I want to jump in. Malume Kutso, 4 minutes added on here. How do you see this game?
As more emotional. A compliment. That was actually a compliment from Bongs. But anyway, no, Sangbugeli Arsenal, Mr. OT. The game nearly from 10 minutes. It was like only 10 minutes. Namanje basaya mpela, Mr. OT. How many saves? 21 minutes.
I'm watching it too. I see it here.
I can see your eyes when you made that save. I could see with OT Arsenal. He is pretending as if we're in Sundowns. But yeah, Namaj, these guys are so fit, Mr. OT. As I'm a player, if they played like these guys, Bangalala 5 days, Bangavul. If they can complain, fatigue nyana. Yazi CAF bedlala mara bedlala Monday Wednesday nin la kuyahanjwa la Mr. Oti dala sithi PSL top 10 ayikho buka Mr. Oti kuyahanjwa. Even if PSG scores now, you know they can't sleep because Arsenal might still come back. That's football, Mr. Oti. And Sundowns professional performance, I think maybe my chances lawa ilona iwatholile ini CHIPPA United, those clear chances were because Sundowns saw Uti. There's no reason to even like be on 100% concentration. Singila Roman cream, singila lemon twist, ifigili CHIPPA United, konitebeke phansi komcamelo, nayi ya CHIPPA United ukuthi kuzoyenzakalani la erumini. Feel CHIPPA United, Mr. OT. But I'm just saying, and because Mr. OT, what I realized a long time ago, sometimes you can have a conversation, but as guzwa, you are saying something that's ahead, and then see Tole maybe 8 weeks later, maybe just give agent a chance to question, because sometimes unokhuluma ezinye izinto asikuzwa at all, mokhuluma nge-coaching, mokhuluma ngama-play effort asikuzwa, because we're still having a conversation here. Maybe if agent that question singakhona ukuthi sifike la ukhona, because some of the things you've mentioned was mentioned akudala, especially like the effort nokuthi people are just coming about offering nicks at all, and they want to offer it when they're behind, and you're like, if you can offer it when you're behind, why didn't you try at least not like the whole game? Just try 5 minutes rest, 5 minutes rest, because you can't maintain it the whole game. And then that's why I'm changing it now with Sundowns. Vele linye player le CHIPPA United elkunde ihalf yenhloko lishiye enye half yenhloko. I was like, how did they even allow this guy? Coach beka coach kanjani apheke lo muntu hairstyle enje? Thank you, Mr. OT.
You guys are the worst. You guys are the worst. That's it. I'm trying to be serious. Okay, so the game is basically done. It should be done, guys. I'm gonna close after this. Yeah, the game is done. Full time, Mamelodi Sundowns, 3-0 winners. Do you know what, Nep? This is the credit I always give Mamelodi Sundowns. The credit I always give Mamelodi Sundowns is the hardest thing to do is to be professional. Professional is not flashy. Professional is not, exciting. 3-0 win. Didn't have to change anything. Why? Because they're professional. Mamelodi Sundowns has this distinct ability. This is what I speak about a lot, especially in the league, that they don't conform to what you are doing to Sundowns. They go, we're going to stay at 7. If we've come into this game and we've decided that we're going to stay at 75%, we're going to stay at 75% for the whole game. Mabati cruise control. You tell the car it must stay at 120, it stays at 120. Sundown stays at 120. And what it allows them to do is they've scored early. CHIPPA was playing low block. Now, second half, CHIPPA tries to run at them. Oh, you don't need to. Why are you rushing? You keep it here. When you look at the CHIPPA United, for me, I look at them and I go, Mara CHIPPA. Look at that, how nice that second half was. For 20 minutes, you gave us a game. Sundowns, as great as they are not a perfect team. But you have to have the balls enough for you to come out and play. And I'm not even saying that you have to go win the game. I think the confusion when I say this is that people think that immediately I want CHIPPA United to be Al Ahly. No. But if you can use your little spurts properly, then you're fine. But a lot of the teams, for some reason, when they play versus Mamelodi Sundowns, they wait to get scored on for them to get the permission to go and play. But then when you've been scored on, you forget that Mamelodi Sundowns is such a great team that you see you'll have your run for 20 minutes. You'll be your, who do they play now? You'll be your other team. Wait, hang on. You'll be your Cape Town City that will have a run for 15 minutes. But it's not going to be enough. And by the time you want to come back, it's too late. Sundowns can get down even. They don't even have to play as hard. You could even argue that CHIPPA didn't look good in the second half. It's just that Sundowns realized that, guys, again, we don't need to be exciting right now. We can just play this game and see it out. We just have to wait for them. Oh, PSG. Oh, Kosiabi. Hi, guys, let me go. You're going to have my thoughts in an hour and a half. My thoughts are going to come out in an hour and a half. My other team needs me. Oh, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you to Pedro. Thank you to Lulu. Thank you to West. Thank you to Kutwano, Maxwell, Z-Dog, Lebza, Nakedi. Thank you guys for the gifts on that side. Thank you to everybody that's watching. No, I gave you a taste. My thoughts are going to be out in full on YouTube in about an hour and a half. I'll have my thoughts out. So it's fine. Because I'll never watch with you guys. It's been amazing, guys. I'm not going to be in tomorrow. I'll be back on Friday. Friday, we're going to do a preview. I'm going to try get Mike Morton to come back in. We're going to do an hour. Then the following hour, I'll let everybody come in and give me their thoughts. I know last time everybody was listening, and my functionality here was not working properly. So what I'll do is Mike will come in for an hour. The second hour, I'll let you guys come in and we can speak about what we think is going to happen in the Nedbank Cup. And maybe we might have some space for Sundowns and their title clinching game versus Stellies. Guys, I'll see you guys then. Please follow if you have not followed. Please support, guys. I've got so much content that I release every day. Go to each of my platforms and check them out. Kupa lenku Instagram, guys. Overthinking Football Show. Follow, please. I say please. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. I'll see you then on Friday. Bye, everyone.